everybody, Motumbo here. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are playing some more historic here on Magic Arena, and we are doing things a little bit differently here. I'm going to highlight a deck that we actually built a couple days ago live on stream. Kind of worked with a few people who they saw us kind of going in one direction. We kind of just added cards, kind of built a few different iterations. So let's go over this deck real quick and let's hop right in. And we are playing don't play this deck. So yeah, don't play this deck. This deck it's not good. This is really just for the memes. We were trying to make it work. There's just too many 4-drops. There's just not enough good ramp. While the deck does combo off every once in a while, it's going to lose a lot more than it's going to win. And I would say, and I've already played the games, I've already recorded the games. I came back, I am re-recording this intro because of how many games it took. I would say this deck has maybe like a 25% win rate, if that. So we played quite a few games to get to where we needed. I would say we played somewhere between 25 to 30 games in order to get what we have here for the footage. And again, I really like the deck. I like the idea. I like how it looks when it's actually happening. And it's a lot of fun that way. So if you really like, if you're really into that, just like losing a lot, just so you could get a combo off, it is still super fun. But it does get frustrating sometimes when you're losing over and over and over again, just to get that one win or maybe 2 wins in a row. But yeah, so let's go over this Don't Play Me deck, and let me explain what it does. So the main card here is going to be the two main cards are going to be Necroduality and Anointed Procession. So Necroduality says whenever a non-token zombie enters a battlefield under your control, you get a token of it. And then Anointed Procession, obviously we've played this multiple times in many different decks. It says if an effect would give you a token, you get twice that many tokens. So ultimately what we want to do is we want to cast an Anointed Procession or have an Anointed Procession in play. We want to then Mythos the Anointed Procession. That would give us 2 copies of it because this gives us a token copy of anything. And since we have this is going to give us 2 additional copies. So at that point we would have 3 Anointed Processions in play. Then we'd have 1 Necroduality in play also. And what that would do is that would essentially, what this says is, whenever a non-token zombie enters a battlefield, we're going to play an actual zombie. We're going to get a whole bunch of copies of it, and then it's just going to go crazy, right? And sorry, my words are a little jumbled here because I just got out of a game that didn't actually end that way, and I'm really excited to show you guys that one. But yeah, so we're just going to make a lot of tokens and we're going to kill them in one go. And we're going to kill them with Wayward Servant or Corpse Knight. These are essentially the same cards. One of them gains this life, one of them doesn't. But it basically says whenever another zombie enters a battlefield under your control, each opponent loses a life and you gain a life. And Corpse Knight just says your opponent loses a life. So what happens is we have 3 Anointed Processions. That gives us 8 tokens whenever this comes into play. Necroduality, again, going to start generating those tokens for us. We play a Wayward Servant. That's going to generate 8 more Wayward Servants, and then all of those are going to see themselves upon entering the battlefield. And so we're going to get 64 triggers from Wayward Servant, and we're just going to really zombie machine gun our opponent down. Maybe this could have been like a Resident Evil type deck. But yeah, that's how the deck is designed. There's other ways to do this as well. There's a lot of cool interactions in this deck. We could potentially go a mill recursion plan. So we could put cards in our graveyard and then bring them all back with Dance of the Manse. Dance of the Manse is 2 mana and X. We can return up to X target artifacts and or non-aura enchantments. So we can return enchantments back from our graveyard to the battlefield. If X is 6 or more, then they become 4 for creatures. We don't actually care about those. We can do that, and they do become copies of themselves at that point, but we don't really care. If we have 8 mana, we can essentially win the game if we have the right enchantments. Again, if we have, for some reason, 3 Anointed Processions and a Necroduality in the graveyard, we can do this for 4 and then cast a zombie. Or we can do 2 and 2 and then cast a zombie. So again, we may just be stalling until we get to 8 mana, and then we can win with Dance of the Mana. We're playing Faithful Mending for the drawing and discarding. It also gives us life, and it does flashback. Champion of Wits also does this. What's really cool about Champion of Wits is while it does let us draw and discard, we could get up to 7 mana, Eternalize, and then we could almost draw like 28, 30 cards, or really 32 cards in a turn if we have 3 copies of Anointed Processions. We're going to get 8 of these. We could draw to exactly what we need and then just win the game on the spot or the following turn after that. But having 8 4/4s in play, you're probably going to win. So we also have Oath of Kaya's. This is an alternate win condition, and you'll see why in one of the games, because it's an enchantment, deals 3 damage when it comes into play. We gain 3 life. Again, it is something that we can copy with the Mythos of Illuna, because Mythos of Illuna, you can target anything, even your opponent's creatures, or not even creatures, but your opponent's things, planeswalkers, lands, anything like that. And last but not least, we have 3 copies of Doomscar, because we do need to really watch out for what our opponent's trying to do. If they're playing low to the ground aggro decks, we do need a way to kind of clean instead of just gain life and throwing out one or two blockers along the way. So definitely need a way to wipe the board. And Doomscar does get around Thought Seizes if we're able to foretell it. Yeah, but this is Necro. Don't play this deck because, again, full disclaimer: do not craft this deck unless you already have the cards, because this deck and again, I have to stress this, because we don't ever record like this, and I just wanted to show this deck off because it was a lot of fun still, even though we lost a lot. These games took a lot of games to show you the wins, and then even the one loss that you're going to see had a pretty cool interaction, and we lost to a top deck. So yeah, but that being said, again, guys, if you enjoy the deck, the channel, the video, please like, comment, subscribe, check out all the cool links down below, join the Discord. Anything you can do to help us with that YouTube algorithm does help, and I really, really appreciate it. So with that being said, everybody, hop into these games and have fun watching them, because again, they were fun recording, even though we had way more losses than wins. So yeah, and then we'll talk about it in the wrap up. All right, going right into it. Game 8,743. Not really, And when decks don't work out perfectly, you just got to keep on trucking. Got Persephone in the background. Ooh, what are we playing? I'm just gonna do that. Trying to draw land. Well, that's no good. I don't want to discard. I think maybe we do have to just guard the combo pieces and try to dance them out in one turn, depending on what they're playing. Enchantments, maybe? Yeah. Do it. Discard. We have one Anointed, one Mythos. I'm sorry, one Necroduality. Opponent really wants to Elspeth Conquers Death, our champion. We're fine with that. That's a card we don't really need. We could oath it, right? And then replay it later, but nope. But yeah, I mean, they only have one card in their graveyard, so this is not going to get a lot of value. Sure. They'll probably just tick up, right?
And no one is telling me what to do. Hope it's not too hot for you.
We're trying to just hit combo pieces. That is definitely a combo piece. Combo piece. So I'm going to attack the Chandra, even though it doesn't actually matter that we attack the Chandra. I want them to try to think that they need to deal with our champion.
Looks like someone's getting a little sweaty.
Right, so we need 8 mana. Right, they're going to be drawing cards. That's fine. Again.
What? That's it?
So we'll attack them next turn. I think.
Hope it's not too hot for you.
2 Anointed Processions. Two Anointed Processions, a Necro. It's not ideal. We don't get to attack now, so we're damage short. Yeah, so two Anointed Processions is 4 tokens. Right, we need 8. We need at least. Oh yeah. This is perfect. Thank you. And we might be dead, right? They might just go starve extinction. They might just play starve extinction. Oh, okay. Well, I think we are actually going to win now.
No pressure.
All right, let's do it to it, right? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's go. Let's do it again. Beautiful, beautiful. Well, opponent was on a control-ish build and didn't get a great draw either. So, all right, good game, good game. All right. See if we can get another win. They're very few and far between with this deck. So, gotta hydrate and push forward. I think we... Maybe we're just playing this wrong. Maybe we have to value dropping... dropping a knight on turn 2. What does this do? It deals combat damage to a player. That. Just be able to sit there and gain treasure. They might just have a removal spell. Oh, they're playing red-black? I've never seen anybody play Horde Robber before. Well. Treasure into treasure. Alright, well, how dead are we? I mean, good news is they didn't have a play there. Bad news is I think they're probably going to have a dragon here. So if they dragon, I think we double dragon. Oh. Yep, there's the dragon. Is it for each treasure? Really just rather draw a wrath here. Not a wrath. So we have to do something, right? Or two dragons might not be good enough. Two dragons attack. Get a bunch of treasure. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. So we... So, now we have 9 mana. Can't do anything here. Okay. Alright, so we're living. We can discard... Oh, okay. Discard. And yeah, and then we're going to champion and get 2 champions. This is an insane turn. We still might lose. But still might lose. Champion. Faithful Mending. Oh, 2 Doom Scars? That's pretty good. Rid of that. That is probably correct. I guess if they have another dragon, we lose, but... My God. Wow. Like... Can't do anything about that. Can't do anything about that. But that was an insane game. And even though we lost, the interactions in that game were cool, right? We were able to get 2 dragons and then also power out a bunch of stuff. So sweet. On to the next game. You can't be upset with that. There was a lot of cool interactions that game. I mean, maybe it would have been correct to only attack with 1 dragon. And we only would have got 2 treasures. We mulligan. I think we keep this. I don't think I'm gonna even foretell this right now, right? Ooh. Playing Sultai-Yorion. Alright, that's... Oh, they're playing Mutate-Yorion. Alright. We have to kill that. We have to kill that. That... Even though Polywog Symbiote is not that great, it can definitely get out of hand. Another knockdown for 5. No spell pierce, okay. Woof. Close. So we don't want our opponent to play like another symbiote and then okay, that's fine. That's fine. Could wrath that away, but we're not going to. We're just going to get a couple more anointed processions. And depending on what they hemophage, I hope it's not Gem Razor. Okay. That's fine. No Gem Razor is good news. Pick 4. Dance is not really a thing. I think we're just going to play this and they go. I mean, if we draw any of our zombies now, we win the game. Alright, they're on mutate duty now. And we're definitely going to wrath here unless... Unless we just draw the creature. Did not draw the creature. So... start you over. Now we just sit here and wait. Oh, why would you do that? Oh my gosh. Opponent, we weren't doing anything. Well, we were killing you as soon as we drew a creature, but alright. On to the next game. Opponent, please don't concede in the future. Especially when we hadn't done anything yet. 2 land. No blue. Opponent's on Luris. Could be an okay hand. I think I'm gonna regret this. Alright, we do get to foretell this, I guess. Still no blue. So, not great. Okay, I'm not gonna wrath. Alright. Oh, that's a permanent. Yeah. We're just gonna get this down. Absolutely take over. Do Dance of the Manse. And I think we're gonna have to try to do everything outside of Dance from the Manse. We have all of the combo pieces. So oh, okay. Well, 6, 7, we go down to 8. kind of bad. Maybe they just buy Lur. Okay, so buying Luris here feels pretty good. They're gonna Luris and then probably play the bird. Maybe the Clarion Spirit. We get to Wrath again. Okay. So then they're left with no creatures right now. Okay. What an odd card to have in their deck. I mean, we're definitely set up to win next turn, right? We can Necroduality Wayward Servant. And then we just get to machine gun our opponent. Kaboom. Big 50. Or 64. Oh, man. That's the decks. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we're trying to do. It doesn't happen that often, but that's what we're trying to do. Good game, opponent. Good game. All right. This deck so far probably has like a 10% win rate. It's just because this deck it has a really bad mana curve, right? And it just everything being on 4 mana just really, really hurts. All right, well. Interesting. The old Valmire Knight Maze Mind Tome deck. I'm going to try to move cards around so they can't really tell what we're doing. So we do have a Wrath set up. We need a land off the top. So bad. Oh, beautiful. Let's go. Next turn we get to Mythos. Honestly, I hope we just draw land. Land off the top is... How does this work? Non-creature, non-land? That way we have 2 Mythoses, right? Maybe they see the Dance of the Manse and they're like, oh, we need to get rid of Dance of the Manse. Yep. The card that is not a threat at all right now. All right. Know what they're getting. I am a little concerned. They can sack that. I mean, all we have to do is play this Wayward Servant, right? All right, that's a sorcery. I mean, if we had a... Oh, perfect. So... A fun interaction here, right, would be to Mythos of Illuna this land. We'd actually give us 8 lands. But, I mean, again, we're just trying to do this and hit our opponent for 64. So, we don't get to win much, so we're just going to send them the old wavy wave. Well, doing that once out of every, like, 10 games feels good. All right. Oh, again, this deck is bad. Do not play this deck, full disclosure. So, all right, next game. All right, well, let's see if we can manage 2 more wins in the next, like, 10 or 15 games, right? Opponent goes first. We'll keep this. We're gonna playing against another mono black weenie deck. We saw this a few games back. Don't remember if this was the same opponent, honestly. I don't feel like it was. I feel like I would have remembered the name Jackalope. So honestly, we're gonna play this out slow. I'm gonna hit them. Like, in case they have like a village rights or something in their hand, we get no value off the oath and they get full value. Alright, Murderous Rider. So drawing Anointed Procession here was actually pretty good. Alright. Do feel like they probably have some creature removal in their hand. Really not doing much of anything, right? I would very much love for them to play into these Doom Scars, but it does not look like. I just realized they have like 80 cards in their deck. Alright, let's set up the old Faithful Mending. Card, discard. Alright, well. Now, yeah, we should be playing the Champion of Wits. We should be eternalizing that, but I really just wanted to slam down this Necroduality while we had all these cards in our hand. Or not while we had the cards, while we actually had very, very few cards in our hand. Alright, well, it looks like we get to win the game because of a sweet, sweet draw. And, yeah. Do it to it. Take 64. Oh, I love how quick that is, right? Oh, not the games, just the how quick the triggers are off of that. Whereas opposed to in previous iterations of Arena, it was a very slow process. So cool. Next game. All right. Well, we definitely learned that we are good at beating very weirdly built mono black decks. So We're gonna keep. Not the greatest hand. Don't really have any of our combo pieces other than the creature. Oh, good old Fervent Champion. Alright, well. We have to gain life. I don't think we're going to beat Mono Red. Does block that. So, yeah. What do we do? Get rid of these? I think so. Alright, we're at 20. I mean, we definitely have to... Yeah, we haven't... I don't think we... I think these mythoses are going to turn into Chandra's Pyrelings. I think that's a thing that might be happening. Oh, we actually need blue land. This is a horrible blocker versus both of your creatures. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it, my friend. Jimmy 32. We have battled through the other 31 Jimmys to get to you. If the game worked like that, right? You couldn't play Jimmy 32 until you played Jimmy 1 through 31. Oh, are we really doing this? Are we really doing this? Mono red, I'll take it, right? That was actually pretty huge there. Gain some more life. Let them sit there and eventually time out. Oh, what a lovely tea party. And right, well, I guess we're actually getting rid of those attacks, even though we could freely get in for 2. I do think opponent is left, so unfortunate. Unfortunate. Maybe Jimmy 32's own universe has collapsed upon itself because he came in contact with one of the other Jimmys. This is quite the conundrum. All right, Jimmy. Got you. We got you. You know what? We're going to play one more game. We're just going to... That means we might have to slog through like 10 more losses before we get another win. But you know what? We're going to do it. Oh, one more game. Hopefully not 10 more games, right? And I don't know the exact number of games that I've played get to where we are now, but it is a lot. We're gonna keep it. This is, and it's probably because I keep hands like this, right? I've done many a commentating about how you need to learn how to mulligan, sometimes mulligan aggressively for hands, and then I'm just going completely against that. Okay, so this is just a gain life. All right, what we're doing over there? We're gaining all the life. Gonna get this Doom Scar over here. Oh yeah, okay. So they're definitely looking to punish us. We're gonna play this tap land, and we are gonna Wrath. Because we could just lose to a veto, right? So you're gonna put them both on the same? No, they're not. Would prefer for them not to have another one. I mean, we have another one of these, which is fine. What is this? Okay. Can we win? Not here, obviously. We take 6 next turn. We go to... We take 7. We go to 9. Play an Anointed Procession. And then the following turn, we can copy an Anointed Procession. And it might be right to play that there, but can't block. Okay. If we're just taking a little bit of, if our opponent is just like, if they don't draw a creature, we're looking pretty good. So we take 5, we're at 10, okay. We have a chance. Have a chance. All right, so do we win because now we get 8 of these? I think we do, right? We copy this, we get 8. We're gonna get 8 of these. Oh, this is actually a really cool way to win, right? So oh, we're doing it. Oh my gosh, we actually strung it together. Not as we initially intended, but all right. Can't think of any times that we actually have killed somebody like that with Oath of Kaya and copying a whole bunch of them, but hey, that was awesome. So let's talk about this deck and how many games we've played. All right, everybody, welcome back to the wrap up. And yeah, that last game was fun. Really glad that we actually managed to win that way. But luckily, again, our opponent was on a very slower life gain plan and didn't really draw what they needed. And we were able to kind of just get there by copying Oath of Kaya's and getting eight tokens. So 8 triggers, 24 damage. They were at 23. Got him down to -1 in one turn. Really, really cool. But yeah, overall, I don't know the number of games we played. We definitely played in the 20s. So I don't know if we had a 30%, 35%, 25%, but it really does feel like it was more of like a 25 to 30% win rate. So again, I'm going to have to go back and re record the intro just because of this, the way that this turned out. I don't want to sit there and show you, 30,000 losses that we had. But the deck is fun. I will give it that. I did not want to craft the Necroduality, the fourth one. So maybe if we had 4 of those, maybe the deck is a little more consistent. But yeah, I still don't think it's going to be because, again, there are just too many. There's too many 4-drops and not enough good ramp to get up to this, at least in Esper. There are definitely different ways that you can build this deck. We tried a couple different iterations of this deck on stream. We even tried a Simic version with a lot of ramp because you can play Parallel Lives instead of Anointed Procession in this deck. And then you can actually, there is a zombie that costs 5 that actually mills for 3 when it comes in. So you could potentially do that as well. So you could Parallel Lives, copy it with the Mythos of Illuna, have a Necroduality in play, and then just mill them out. It's not the same. It's not as good, but yeah, still, yeah, I don't think that deck actually ever worked, but it is another way to think about it. And we built a couple other Esper versions of it as well, and I think an Azorius. But yeah, again, this is a Necro. Don't play this deck. Don't play this deck unless you have the cards already and you want to give it a shot. Or if you are able to make this deck work, I would really love to see what your version looks like, because I would love to give it a try. This is something that I would really like to revisit in the future, because I do think that there is possibility in with this. And some people I've heard of are playing Maskwood Nexus to make all creatures zombies and playing some other creatures in the deck, or turning the Dance of the Manse, X equals 6, and then your enchantments come in as zombies because they're all creature types, and then they get copied. So I'm sure there's all kinds of different ways to do that, but again, Maskwood Nexus also costs 4. Yeah, so again, don't think this is the greatest deck in the world, but again, this is a game at the end of the day, and even though I lost a lot of games, I still had a lot of fun getting to see the combo happen, and I had fun losing, except for all of the mono red matchups that I had, unfortunately. So it just happens that way sometimes. But I always like to give you guys full transparency, and that's why I'm going to go back and re-record the intro and let you guys know up front that yeah, this deck is not that great, but it's a lot of fun, and we're definitely really only going to highlight the wins and the one video I think that we actually lost, but we only lost to a top deck. I think a dragon they top decked, or they had it in their hand as their last card. We got to do cool things with our Mythos and their Goldspan dragon. So, but yeah, with that being said, everybody, please again, like, comment, subscribe, check out all those cool links down below. Anything you can do to help really does help immensely. Thank you so much, everybody, in advance for supporting my channel. It's a lot of fun. I just want to talk to everybody in Discord, so please join. But with that being said, everybody, please stay safe, stay awesome. We will see you all next time.